Hello, hello. Welcome to today's episode of the I Come in Peace podcast with your host, me, Everlyn B. I just wanted to come on tonight to really quickly talk about something that I've been thinking about recently, and that is the topic of showing up. Just you showing up for someone else or others showing up for you, and the feeling and the goodwill that exhibits for those that you're showing up for. Um, and I talk about this because it's very frequent that I see or I hear um, a little bit of nonchalance with things that people may not consider important. And I'm a firm believer that if someone mentions something to you, it's because it has some level of importance to them. So if you have the ability to, I think it's important to show up. If someone says, hey, I got this great idea and I'm going to go, have this product and I'm going to be participating in this event. If they mention it to you, it's probably really important to them. They're probably putting some effort into it. And you, as someone that, is either close to them or that they speak to frequently, I think it's important to show up just because it may not seem that important to you, it may very well turn out to mean a lot to the person that mentioned it to you. I think it's important to show up in that regard. I think it's important to show up for work events. I think it's important to show up for school events, school rallies, meetings, campaigns, those type of things. Um, Elections, it's definitely important to show up for those, right? We got to vote. We got to make sure our voices are heard. But just the topic of showing up. If you have the ability to, I really feel like it's truly, truly, truly beneficial to not only again the person that is having the event or the party or the meeting, for others to show up and show support. Um, Most recently, my son has graduated from high school. It's been several years now, and he had an alumni game. And I had the option to do something totally different, income driven, right? Could make some money, but I don't know. It was mentioned to me. It wasn't like he asked me to come. It wasn't like, hey, mom, I have this game. It was just, oh, I have this thing to do tomorrow. And this is what it is. And, this, that, and the third. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool. But it dawned on me today that he went out of his way to mention this thing to me again, didn't ask me to attend, didn't really ask anybody as far as I know. um, but something in my head clicked today as I was attempting to set myself up to where I was going to go to this again income deriving event. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to make it my business to go to that game, and I am so happy that I did. um my children, period. I pretty much love seeing them participate in anything that they enjoy doing. And this again was something that my son used to do since he was a little boy, which is play soccer. And it brought me great joy to see him play all those years ago, and it brings me joy to see him play now. He plays on a team regularly, and you know, I often try to go to his games, but a lot of them happen when I'm either at work or they're out of town, those types of things. So, it was just something, I don't know, that clicked in me today that was like, you know what? If you have the ability to, you should go to his game. So I did, and I had a great time. There were certain periods of nostalgia that came about. I remember 5 years ago when I sat on those bleachers. Oh my goodness, I do not miss bleachers whatsoever. They are the most uncomfortable thing to sit out. And then if it's cold and raining like it was tonight, it's just compounded. But that's neither here nor there. I'm the topic, or the point that I want to make is showing up. I think I got more out of showing up for him than he probably got. Cause yeah, I was there. I was yelling. I'm that mom. I'm that vocal. Let's go team. Stay with it and da 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 da. But I really just got, to me, a sense of connection. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, but it felt great to do something completely out of just wanting to be there for someone else. I had absolutely no skin in the game. There was nothing for me to gain from attending this game. Matter of fact, when I was getting ready to go, I was like, oh, I probably have to pay to get in. So I was like, okay, well, that's fine, because we used to pay when he was in high school. But it's just that feeling, and it's something that I carry right now. It's almost like a fulfillment. And I think that there's a lot to be said for a sense of fulfillment that we all never knew we needed, if that makes sense. Um, and I'm not by any means trying to toot my own horn. I'm trying to just draw a reference or show um, the relevance of the topic that I'm speaking about tonight. Um, it's no different than, one of your coworkers in the building mentioning that, they have this thing that they're going to be doing this weekend, and it's not necessarily, like an invite, but um it's something that they said that, they can use your support with. Their kid's gonna have like a bake sale or something. Or a coworker saying like, hey, we're doing this thing for the Christmas season. It's gonna be a toy drive, or it's gonna be a Secret Santa, or it's gonna be, just something that it wouldn't hurt you to lend support. You may just be surprised at how much you're able to gain from it, right? Um, and I'm definitely a firm believer that when you give, you open up the windows to receive. So it's a matter of when you give with a grateful heart, right? Because of course you don't want to give with the intention of, or the thought of, I'm giving so that I can get something back. But yeah, it was totally unexpected for me tonight. I was just like, hey, I want to be there for my baby, and but the feeling that I walked away with when I walked away from that game is almost indescribable, but the closest I can get is a sense of pure joy and fulfillment. And I wish that for all of you. I wish that um, you know, in these times of so much ill will and so much negativity and so much that's going on. um I think if we can grab any inklings, any little tidbits of satisfaction or positivity that we can, I think it's our duty to do so, because there's so many obstacles in our way when you think about it these days. But yeah, I just wanted to share that really quickly. Just show up, because when the tables are turned, we would want others to show up for us. We may not even know that we need them to, but karma is real. And there's definitely, there's definitely quick reciprocating energies out there where you get back what you put out. So again, I am a firm believer in supporting, those when you can, um, and definitely being able to be there for someone. You never know, you may be the only person that shows up. You may be the difference between them feeling a sense of accomplishment, um, even though it's not that big of a deal. You think to you it may be the world of difference to them. So yeah, definitely show up for others. I would love for others to show up for you. So yeah, it's no different than me, with my podcast. I would love for everyone to listen. But I honestly feel like I do this more for me. Um, just to share my thoughts and have a place where I can, speak freely and hear it out loud. It's almost like I have the conversation with myself. So I'm showing up for myself, and would love for y'all to show up and come along with me. But it's not really necessarily, um, it's appreciated. It's definitely appreciated. It's that sense of accomplishment for me if I help to, make someone's day, or if I help to lend understanding or another perspective to a topic that somebody else may have been thinking about. So that's pretty much what this is for me. Me coming in peace. You know what I mean? It's self-fulfilling, and I hope it's fulfilling to you as well if you're listening. All right. Well, that's pretty much all I have for tonight. I just wanted to share those tidbits with you. But yeah, until next time, be the you can be proud of. Thanks for joining me. This is your host, Everlyn B, signing off. Yeah, Come in Peace podcast. Have a great one.